Hello, gamers. It's me, Lifespiller79. It's my show. Glad to be back to do another video. In this video, I wanted to do a video response to Imagamegeek, my boy David. He was talking about thoughts on selling items from your collection. Just kind of shooting some things out there to the gaming community. Wanted to see what we thought about it. And I have to be honest, in the beginning when I first started collecting, I just had this thought process that I would never sell games out of my collection. I would just keep specific titles, or I would keep games and never let none go out of my collection. But then over the years, I ran into money issues and stuff like that, because I've heard mixed things from the gaming community. It's like, well, you shouldn't be purchasing games if you can't afford to keep them and stuff like that. Well, the thing is, at one point you wanted to go in and purchase a certain game or a specific game, and at that time you wanted it and you played it and you beat it and you enjoyed it, and now it's at the point where it's already served its purpose, and so you have the choice of keeping it or getting rid of it. So I just started to think about a few things when I heard this video, because I really thought it was a great topic, because it's a way of kind of giving the gaming community to give a voice on their opinions, their thoughts, and here are mine. I started early this year. I started thinking to myself, how many games would I really start collecting and keeping? Because I'm getting close to having 600 games, but with wanting new systems, wanting more games, it gets to a point where collecting has changed, because I've talked to a lot of veteran collectors. Like Dave is a veteran collector, and my boy Megatron from the UK, another good mate of mine. He's from the UK. He has a phenomenal collection. I'm not gonna say the number, but it's up there. He's bestowed a lot of wisdom on about how collecting is now versus what you go after. And so I've just been talking with the gaming community here and there, various amounts of people, small, large account or collections and stuff like that. So I was just thinking to myself, what would be the reasons why I would keep certain games? And here are just a few of my ideas. Specific games that I would keep. Of course, I want to keep the ones that serve like a nostalgic purpose. Those games that pretty much give me a specific amount of memory and stuff like that, and just take me back to when I was a kid, or when that game first came out, or games that I never had and I always wanted those games, and now I have the means to be able to do so. But so I wanted to transition more into kind of shuffling out some of the games that I know I'm not necessarily going to go back and play. And if you notice behind me, this row right here is actually stacked in front of another row of games. I learned from watching another YouTuber, and he was just saying that what he does is he puts a lot of the games that he knows he's not going to go back and play, he puts them in the back. And so I'm just thinking to myself, I know that I'm going to keep certain games, but also at the same time, certain ones just hold certain value to me. Like I know my God of War stuff and Kingdom Hearts, Getaway, tons and tons of other games that serve such a major purpose out of my PS2 collection. I started stacking those right in front of the other ones and stuff like that, and kind of keeping those. So yeah, I know that the ones that serve a nostalgic purpose, they're going to remain in my collection. But just recently, I sold off a bulk of my PS3 games. Really ones like I talked about in my games that I bought but don't play. I did a video about that earlier this year. I think I did it in like March or April. And a ton of those games that I showed you guys, I didn't even play them. I still haven't played them. So I traded them off, and I used, and that's another thing. I use a lot of my games for trading value, because for the most part, I buy it at that time thinking, yeah, I'm going to play. Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to play this game. And then I don't end up playing it. And so it serves no purpose in my collection. It's nice to have it. If it's a collector's item or it's going to go up in value, I understand that. Like my Zelda Wind Waker, a lot of the old retro stuff, I know they're going to serve purposes. But I mean, when you look at these ones that's greatest hits, player's choice, all those greatest hit, you know, the ones that you can go back and get because they're sold in the millions upon millions upon millions. They're not going to be hard to find. Even years down the road, you're going to stumble into, you know, the Ratchet and Clank games, Jackson Dexter and all that other stuff. Those kind of games, they're going to be easily accessible. So I just started thinking about that. And then another reason, just like I said, games that I know I'm not going to play, trade-in values, all those little things, they just started to add up to me. Why I pretty much was like, I can get rid of this stuff. But yeah, like I said, I sold off a big chunk of my PS3 collection. And I'm probably going to sell off some more because most of those games, when I got them, they were only a few dollars a piece. And right now, those games are really, really, really cheap. But the trade-in value is really, really high. So I just traded them in. I used the store credit, and I actually use it as my down payment for my PS4. And then I've been paying on that as I go. And so when September rolls around, I'll have my PS4. So just for those who didn't know, I actually purchased a PS4, the bundle, the White Glacier one with the with Destiny bundled in that. And see, that's the thing. I'm trying to make room for new systems, and I've even got to a point where I said, am I going to really get any more new systems? I'm thinking about getting the Retron 5 just to clear off space on my shelf. And, you know, so yeah, those are things that I just be thinking about when I'm thinking about, you know, my thoughts on selling items for my collection and why I would go about doing something like that. You know, it would have to be a good reason. And so, like I said, selling off my collection would be for trade-in value, no nostalgic purpose, games that I just haven't been playing, or games that I did end up purchasing and didn't like, and then just letting them sit there when they actually have value still. There's no purpose in doing that. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Tell me what your thoughts are. This is my video response. I'm Lifespiller79, and I'm out.